Hulk versus Dr. Doom. The power of science versus strength. There are battles written in legend, etched into the stone of time by sheer force and intellect, by power and will. One such battle took place not in the heart of a bustling city, nor in the depths of a distant galaxy, but in the shadow of the Carpathian Mountains, beneath the towering spires of Castle Doom, a confrontation born not of revenge or vendetta, but of ideologies, of two titans whose very existence embodied the ancient question: which reigned supreme, science or strength? The world had been relatively quiet in the weeks leading up to the confrontation. Rumors swirled through the undercurrents of the superhuman community, whispers of Victor Von Doom having completed something different. Not a weapon, nor a device of conquest, but something that defied classification. He had, it was said, forged a machine that could contain and rechannel limitless energy. A machine he declared could make the earth tremble or stand still. The scientific community scoffed, the magical one shivered, and Bruce Banner, ever the reluctant scholar and reluctant monster, listened. Banner had long kept his distance from Doom, not out of fear, there was little left in the world that could unnerve him, but out of wariness. Doom was not a madman. He was something far more dangerous, a visionary with the power to make his visions reality. And when news came that a rift had opened near Doomstadt, pulsing with gamma energy so intense it warped the air and poisoned the soil, Banner could no longer remain in the shadows. He arrived as quietly as a man of his stature could. No crashing from the sky, no sonic booms of fury. Just a lone figure wrapped in a tattered cloak, approaching a fortress bathed in green light, the smell of ozone thick in the air. Doom had expected him, of course. He always expected everything. Banner had no intention of talking. Not with Doom. Not with anyone. He stepped into the courtyard, where science and sorcery fused in terrible harmony. Towering pylons spun with arcane glyphs, turbines sang with the voice of black holes, and in the heart of it all stood the machine, an engine of impossible complexity, humming with the same gamma resonance that had birthed the Hulk. The transformation was neither reluctant nor dramatic. It was inevitable. Where once stood Banner, the man, now rose the Hulk, the Force. Emerald skin cracked with barely contained fury, eyes glowed with primal fire, muscles rippled with unspoken rage. He had come not for words, but for destruction. Doom greeted him with neither surprise nor alarm. Clad in armor forged from science and sorcery alike, Doom stood impervious, majestic, almost regal. He did not summon minions, nor call upon demonic pacts. He faced Hulk alone, confident that intellect would triumph over muscle, that strategy would outmatch savagery. And so, it began. The courtyard trembled as Hulk lunged. His fists, each the weight of a wrecking ball, struck with thunderclaps that shattered stone. Doom countered not with strength but with precision. Energy fields flared to life, absorbing the kinetic assault, dispersing it into harmless light. Nanites in his armor adapted with every blow, recalibrating force dampeners, reshaping magnetic barriers. But Hulk's strength was not merely physical, it was existential. With each strike, he grew stronger, feeding off resistance, evolving beyond limits. Doom's shields began to flicker. The ground split beneath them, magma bleeding through the cracks as Hulk drove his enemy back. Doom retaliated not with fists, but with mind. He unleashed a gravity well that pulled the Hulk into the earth, burying him beneath tons of reinforced alloy and mystical bindings. He fired gamma-inverted rays, designed to neutralize Hulk's very essence. For a moment, it seemed to work. The behemoth stilled. But the Hulk had never been just a monster. He was Banner's fury made flesh, and Banner was a genius in his own right. Somewhere within that raging titan was a mind that understood the science Doom employed, and hated it. With an explosion of rage, the Hulk broke free, his roar cracking the sky. He leapt, covering hundreds of meters in a blink, slamming into Doom with enough force to rip mountains from their roots. Doom flew backward, his armor sparking, his systems screaming. The fight tore through the castle like a storm. Laboratories collapsed. Dimensional portals flared and died. Time itself hiccuped as Doom activated a chrono displacement trap, hoping to trap Hulk in a moment that never ends. But Hulk's fury was timeless. He shattered the bubble with a punch that bled green lightning. Doom adapted. He always adapted. Drawing on the mystical, he summoned spectral chains from the nether realms, binding Hulk's limbs in soul-forged steel. For an instant, the brute was trapped. Doom prepared the final stroke, a neural lattice designed to isolate and suppress the Gamma Core. But Hulk did something Doom did not expect. He laughed. Not a sound, but a feeling that rippled through the battlefield. The chains snapped. Not because of brute strength, but because Hulk wanted them to break. And then he moved, not with animal rage, but with deliberate intent. He wasn't just reacting. He was thinking. It was then that Doom understood. Hulk wasn't Banner's mistake. He was his evolution. With renewed purpose, Hulk attacked, not wildly but tactically. He struck at weak points in the armor. He used debris as weapons. He dodged Doom's counterstrikes. And though Doom adapted faster than any human mind could track, he was fighting a being who grew stronger, smarter, and more dangerous with every passing second. The battle culminated in the heart of the Gamma engine. Doom, now desperate, activated the core. A torrent of Gamma energy surged, designed to overload the Hulk, to drown him in his own power. But Hulk, instead, absorbed it. His form swelled, his skin cracked with incandescent green. He had become a creature of pure will. With one final charge, he struck, not at Doom, but at the engine. The explosion was cataclysmic. Light consumed the world. The castle was gone. The mountains trembled, and when the dust settled, there was silence. Doom lay shattered, his armor fractured, his body broken but alive, not by mercy, but by consequence. Hulk stood above him, not victorious, but resolved. He turned, the green fire dimming from his eyes. And then he was gone, leaping into the horizon, leaving behind only ruin. In the aftermath, scholars debated the meaning of it all. Had brute force triumphed over intellect? Had rage proven superior to reason? But those who truly understood knew better. This was not the triumph of strength over science. It was the realization that strength, when tempered by intellect, becomes something far greater. That fury guided by purpose is not chaos, but evolution. And somewhere in the silence between worlds, Victor Von Doom plotted anew, not in defeat, but in reflection. For he had seen something in the Hulk that night, something terrifying and beautiful, and he knew the world would never be the same again.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you like videos like this. Thank you.